Hello, hey G Bacon, welcome to the stream. You are the first in line. Hey, welcome. Just beginning. Well, I probably won't begin, but I have been grinding steadily towards this event. Welcome all the same. I will just after this battle, I'm just gonna go through all the goodies this event has to offer, and share my opinion. But just sort of to put it out there, I think this is a very good Titan, a Titan that falls, in my opinion, on par or maybe a notch lower than the man Hades. So I do really do like the Titan, and I am gonna try and push for him and go as far as I can with this event. Just let me just make sure I'm setting everything right here. Um, so yeah, so it looks like a good event, and I would be trying to go to the end. I think it's what 21,000 souls. Unfortunately, I do not have a 1.4 boost, so I'm going to be settling in with using a 1.2 boost, which will obviously take me much longer. But hey, I need that Titan. Hey, Zeus PP, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. Glad you could all come. Hopefully, we might have more people joining in as the time goes by. But as you all know, I will normally stream for an hour, so which is normally because of the battery that I'm limited by. But hopefully, by then we'll have a good crowd and we'll have some discussions, interesting thoughts as we go along, and we'll see how it is. It's a question from G Bacon. Ron, how you think he is offensively? Right. So because you get a spearman X skill, and you get a spearman defensive 2 skill. It actually will all come down to how what kind of skills you get on that very important resist skill. I mean, I would personally I would prefer if they guaranteed at least spearman health as the X skill, because I think it's a bit tricky how I think this Titan will do on offense. I mean, in general, if you completely ignored how the spearmen did and just use them as just basic meat shield, in the sense that you are only interested in the spearmen blocking the first wave of attacks. I think in that respect, I think it probably wouldn't really matter what kind of resist you get on, and whether you get spearman X skill being a armor skill or an health skill. I think equal in that, I think you would find that this new Titan would do quite well on attack. But because, I mean, one of the biggest advantages of this particular Titan is the fact that archers have a much higher DPS compared to grenadiers, which means they'll be able to fire in a lot more arrows. But I think as far as pure damage goes, I think Hades will probably still remain the monster in town. But I think he would do very well. I did see the video by Prometheo NTG, when he assessed how good this Titan would be against Kronos, and I do have to agree with him to an extent that, yeah, in terms of the absolute numbers, it does pan out to be so. But you've got to remember the fact that the Omega Goliaths can actually summon right on top of your archers and ranger units, so it might be a bit tricky, but it can surely be worked around. And I have seen a lot of people, for example, use Hades even against Chronos Goliaths, which have 100% fire resist, and secure a victory, although with an expensive victory, and probably an intensive one from the time perspective. Hey, Zalon, welcome to the stream, man. Sorry, went on quite length on that little question that we had there. All right, so let's have a quick rundown in terms of what it is this event offers. You get It's nice that we get portal stones back, and there's a fair few tokens to collect by the end of going to 2,000 souls. Gargan features in for the first time, I think, in an event. He is a 2-star Ragnar Ranger. I haven't actually ever gotten from the regular battle drops, so actually I'm happy to be able to get him just for collector's sake. Of course, I think for all of us, old players, I think, relatively old players. In terms of our experience of the game, he is not someone we would want to use anywhere on a land defense, even then. But it's a nice one to just have for collection. One thing interesting though, I noticed that Vambrace here, not the 2-star version, 3-star version Vambrace comes with the poison resist, so it could be quite useful one to have if you can stack this up with the 4-star version uh, with poison resist if that's available to especially if you land a pretty good roll for your let's say Siegfried in this event, which is actually nice that we've seen Siegfried return. Good shift on, I agree, and I'm still considering going for him. Yeah, cheers, man. Sparrow Arrow, hey, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you around. I know you were asking on Zalon stream whether I'll be streaming. I'm glad to be able to do this, and hopefully I'll be able to get this stream as long as possible for a reasonably long grind. I do have 125 portal stones to collect from my sort of treasure room, so that'll be what I'll be using for the majority of this grind. In fact, I don't know if I actually get whether I'll get through all of those, but it'll be interesting. So we got Hercules come back again, and this is well, not again. It's for the first time I think he's featured in event, but some players already do have him, and I believe this was being given out as a starter package of sorts for the newer players a while back. So he is going to be interesting. I'm actually not sure what his skills are supposed to be, but I believe that that for a 3-star version of a paladin, I think he offers pretty decent skills. So, and that might explain why he is right up at um, 6,000 souls. I still think is a bit much for a 3-star Titan, but hey, there might be some value in there to gain. It's a pity as Game Rescue put it in the stream from Zalon that a Yugnin, I don't know really know how to pronounce this relic, the one that looks like an eagle head, that this is actually a 3-star version. I really wish this was a 4-star version. For all players that haven't actually ever got this relic, I think this is a fantastic relic because getting in Titan and Army Resist, especially when with combined with Archers, I think it's a great deal because remember, lightning can completely decimate most of ranged and well, really any units really. So having some lightning resist for your troops is a very good thing to have. So this is a very good relic to stack actually along with the Munin, which is another very good relic, which also gives you some range resistance to throw in the mix. Hey, Jason Jerome, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you around. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch one of your exams if you're doing that. No pressure. But that'll be awesome to see. Now we've got these Greek combat relic tokens to pick up, which of course you can actually claim from the divine altar. So that's why if you're wondering where they are, there is a possibility for you to pick up a couple of quite interesting relics, and I want to go through some of them, which I think are probably better than the others to pick up. Epic token, some divine gems at 10,000 souls, which I would have assumed this should have been probably a bit more. 100 seems a little for doing that many grinds. Probably would have been nice to see that to around 200, but hey, not too bad. Siegfried at 11, I think that's a sweet deal. In fact, Siegfried, if you land a very sweet roll for with all defensive skills for your spearmen and all offensive skills for your archers, and even I would say a defensive skill roll for the militia, although that's not too critical, would make a fantastic roll. And personally for me, I actually have a pretty bad roll for Siegfried, even though I've actually got him to level 53. If I get a good roll for Siegfried in this event, my old Siegfried will be axed into this one. Some gems is sweet to get. Now you pick up your second Greek god relic token, and I believe that's the only. So it's in total you probably pick up only 2 of these, but it's still worthy to use in the event. Another token to pick up at 14 to help you push further. 200 divine gems is sweet at 15, but what I'd really like to bring attention to is this giant axe, which is actually fairly common to get from battle drops, but this version, the one with archer's damage in the second skill slot, is actually very rare, or at least rare to me because I have never ever got gotten this one. So for me, this is actually quite impressive. And I mean, anything with archer's damage, especially in the current sort of recent improvement to archers, where we have a 20 is it 20% increase in their critical. I think this is a good relic to go for, because getting a lot of armor piercing would be quite useful. On those builds, especially for the builds which do not come with Archer's X skill in those. So I really like this one. Tale of Cerberus. This one's a good one actually, but to be frank, if you have a Valorn, the thing that you probably would want to use this one for, you might already have a Valorn which has gotten Spearmen resist against poison, because it's quite common. But the last skill set is useful. The lightning resist skill is quite nice. It's one thing we should keep in mind, that this Omega skill for Archer's critical is something that only applies for your archers. So to me, this relic, I'm not really sure about whether it's really good, um, because you know, I like universal relics. I like relics that can be used on pretty much, well, on other titans other than just their uh, s- you know sort of summoning uh, intentions, right? It'd be nice for this to just have archers, but so this kind of becomes a bit limited. Not a terrible relic, because that is 40%. You got to remember that is a 40% resist against poison in the second slot, if I'm not wrong. So that is a good one. I think the third slot would be 24%. Cerberus, mixed thought on this Voltron looking. I think the Titan design to me is very unappealing. So I'm not really sure, but well, it's who cares what he looks like, right? It's what he does, what his troops do in battle. I touch Meza. Hey, welcome to the stream. Great to see you streaming, Ron. What's up, JJ? Waiting for that summary. Yeah, I pulled a Valor. Oh, you pulled a Valor. That's sweet, man. So I'll be sick, but I'll be grinding at level 9 somehow. All right, so you got a low level Valorant to go grind with, but hey, that's really helps the 1.4 boost will be pretty sweet. Now, one other thing I noticed on the description of this particular Titan is that it says that Cerberus summons archers blah 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 with plus 25% critical, but I'm pretty sure in the description of the event screen it says plus 30% critical. So I'm not sure what it is, which one's right or wrong, but I think we'll come to that. I hope I'm wrong about that little thing, but hey, we know that devs are very it's quite common for them to mess up the actual descriptions. 60% again, yeah, very nice to get the archer's damage, but it's an Omega relic. Critical, the second skill I really do like. I mean, getting critical for archers is brilliant, but now with the already increased percentage of critical for the archers, it's not impossible to get similar percentages using your standard gilded arcs. But what is very impressive is the fact that this relic can actually give a massive boost for your Omega archers, because this last slot would provide damage boost for your Omega archers in addition to your standard archers. So I do like this relic. I think this relic is worth it, and probably explains why it's at such a high cost. More JJ, Moron, please Prometheo, give Zalon a break, guys. Jeez, yeah, I mean Zalon is doing fantastic service really for the community, and I did watch. Well, I always follow his streams really, and catching his streams on replay is also quite wonderful. Um, so yeah, it's nice. So let me just go ahead and first of all go and collect. I think I need to go and collect some portal stones, because they're, well, I don't think they're expiring at the moment. I normally am always running. My treasure room is really packed, and I had a really hard time, like I'm sure like most of you, clearing out my treasure room after the conquest event. um, uh, but yeah, I managed to do that, and after that I think I've been a bit lazy with my regular grinding, because I was so exhausted from from that event. But absolutely fantastic event, loved every minute of it, and I would certainly look forward to more and more of that event coming up again. So that's really good. Jason says, agreed. Pumped to see Ron live. I'm usually miss the streams due to work schedule. I appreciate, man, that you are able to actually come on, and I'm happy to be able to stream today. Um, it's been, I mean, last event I actually was planning to stream, but my internet's been really shoddy, and getting a stream with consistent internet has been bad. But I think this stream, I'm hoping, will stay on, because I did have an engineer come and do some sort of resetting of stuff here, and it's been better. All right, so pardon me while I try and find something to grind against, and I think, okay, this is probably something oh, actually, this is the same person I've been grinding with for a while. My choices for the grind has been between using a Kronos and using Artemis. I think for the grind, I think I'll probably use Artemis, because I can pretty much just hit battle and not do, and I can and actually engage in some conversation with you all there. So I'll just go and settle in with that. Let's find my Artemis. My Artemis is not the best skill by any means. I've got physical resist for my Panthers. I wasn't really amped getting this one, but I really enjoy the fact that I can just summon Panthers. I really like having this summon Panthers ability, so I just kind of got her to 51, and it's been fun. I don't complain. In fact, she's able to take down quite a few things, and I haven't really experimented a lot with her Panthers against Valorn defenses, but I've heard good laurels about she being able to take even a Valorn with max poison resistance. Although I will try that against a level 25 spearman based Valorn to see how it holds up. Congrats on those pulls, JJ. I usually am not that lucky. Geez, forced to make a store run. We'll be back in 10. No worries, man. Yeah, catch back. I'm gonna be here for a while. Um, so what else we got? Ron, I use Artemis. She's level 58. I'll max her from just PP. That's fantastic, man. Yep. These events are absolutely wonderful for doing this. And, for those who are not fortunate enough to have Freya or Valorn, then I think this event you will see some of your Greek Titans gaining fair few levels. So very nice for that. Uh, I would actually rather prefer, I think when I'm not going to be streaming, I would be grinding with Kronos, although he's slower. Actually, not really too slow if I couple him with Storm Maidens. Um, but because I really want to get him maxed out to level 60, because we all know how effective Kronos is on defense. Although there are, he's like all of the Titans. The defense is breakable. It requires some practice. I have done some trials on them. I've been moderately successful in some of my trials. I find that if you use Storm Maidens on a Hell or a Thor Hild with some intelligent placement of troops, there is a way you can even beat almost maxed or near maxed um, lightning resistant uh, Goliaths from Kronos. It's possible, but it takes there's some luck involved also in that. So, but yeah, it'll be fun for me to try that out sometime as well. Um, so Jason says he still has to finalize out the spreadsheet. All right, cool. But that is something that I think we all would love to see. Yeah, I'll definitely be catching up. Hopefully, when you stream live, JJ, if you do that, I will be there. It's always good to know how much these things cost, really. Now, one thing actually on that I would like to talk about is the fact that I'm pretty sure we all can see this. There's this uh, head start deal which in pounds it's about it's 10 pounds for two stars and two 3-star tokens. um, Now, in the past I actually avoided taking too many of those, but actually it's actually not too bad a deal if I think of it, because the drop rates are not that great. Now, that could be just a ploy on their parts by tweaking the the drop rates for 2 and 3-star tokens from the temple to kind of push us to actually use these deals. But I think if I want to save my weekend and do other things, I think it's a decent one to have. And the fact that I don't have a 1.4 boost is already setting me up for a fairly high amount of grind. So I've actually bought one of those deals already, which is why you might think which might explain to many of you why I already have 4,000 souls on the chart here. I mean, I'm committed to go to the end. I will be getting this Titan. I will be going right till the end to those relics as well, to those stretch goals. because I think it's a fun event, and and having summoning titans, I think is never been a regret for me. So I would really enjoy that. Yeah, I'm finishing Jason Jerome. I'll be finishing this event, and because most of my one of the days of I think it's Sunday. I am gonna be having most time, so I will be doing most of my free to play intense grind during that time. But before that, I'm gonna ensure that I have gotten to a point that I can finish, because if this is a 21,000 souls event and I got 4 days on the clock, I should be averaging at least 5,000 souls a day. So, that's kind of what I'm going to be aiming to do. Just going to break it down in that way. And yeah, I hope I get there. Ron, do you tend to forget stuff and things in the treasure room? Oh, G Bacon, actually, you know what? I was actually very meticulous in not forgetting things, and even while at work, I would remember what the clock is, and this kind of, in a way, it might be a bit depressing that I actually would remember those things over other things, but but off late, actually, I have been missing. I mean, I've never missed a XP relic, but I have missed out collecting, let's say, some one-star titans from the treasury, but it does happen. Not too proud of it, but yeah, I think with the number of grinds that we do, that it can sometimes be very challenging to keep up with that. In fact, if I could say so, during the Conquest event, after the event ended and I was trying to do all my fusions, there was actual time when I didn't have enough food to do my fusion, and I was literally there was like minutes left on the clock, and I went and collected some food, then did the fusion, and so it was quite intense back then, but it's been better after that. Celtic says, "Hey Celtic Samari, welcome to the stream, by the way. Pulled a 4-star event relic, will help a lot." Wow, that's amazing, man. I don't remember the last time I ever got a 4-star token pool, but that, I mean, certainly that's what you're speaking, 2,000 souls in the air or more in one go. It's fantastic. Tagger, hey man, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you around. Anubis, hey, welcome, welcome. So how are you guys? I mean, how many of you are planning to grind this out, or any of you set a other sort of some other goal for this event? It would be nice to hear from you guys where what your sort of goals are for the event. Good deal, Ron. I buy 2 times. All right, yeah. So I guess you're referring to the 9.99 deal or the Head Start win. Let me actually show you guys the deal for those who maybe haven't seen it yet. So this is the deal I'm talking about. Head Start offer. Oh yeah, you also get 100 portal stones. So that's what six. That's worth what 600 gems. So it's not a, it's well again, if you could argue that, well, if you pull 4 tokens individually, that's going to cost you 8,000 gems. And 8,000 gems doesn't cost you £10, and whatever that is in dollars, but the fact that you get 2 3-star boosters, I think that's a very big thing. And that certainly helps. You got this Freya mighty deal going around as well. Force up Spartan cape is actually pretty nice. But guys, you can actually collect that from doing the event and getting it from the Divine Gem altar, from those new relic pulls that you can do. This is something I really wouldn't encourage you getting. And again, Freya is not a revamped version, in my opinion. Well, at least from what I know, it's not a deal you want to get, even if it gives you the 1.4 boost. So hopefully you don't fall for that. Now, why is that I'm not able to click this? No. Okay. I got to be extra careful, guys, because I think for some reason. Oh, there you go. What's that? What? For some reason, I couldn't cancel those deals. At least I didn't get stuck on that. But yeah, £10. Ours is $10. You're getting ripped, bud. Whoa, is that true? So it's $10 for you guys, and it's £10 for us for the same thing. Wow, we are getting ripped. And you know what? I would have thought that being a UK company, the Natural Motion would extend some benefit for its UK players, because I don't know, whatever taxes and whatnot. But hey, that looks like it's a ripoff. Hey, Dylan the Greek blank 00, welcome to the stream. Hey Ron, can I join your Discord if you're using it? I unfortunately do not have a Discord, man. I I've been slacking, and I really do apologize for that for the people who've been asking me for do this, but have not set that up yet. But I assure you guys that by the time I'm going to stream, at least for the next event, I will have all that setup running. I have already tested it once. It seems to work off and on, but ever since my internet connection went AWOL on me, I haven't really pursued that much, but I will get on that, and hopefully next time. And I hope you will come back. It'll be fun to see. For me, it's $13. Oh, Dylan's got so you're seeing it in dollars. So maybe that's a different dollars you're speaking about. Maybe it's Australian dollars, because it can have different currencies as well in that. So that'd be interesting to see. I think Dylan is right. I was thinking on a Oh, you're thinking a different deal. Okay, so I'm not getting ripped off. So that is pleasureful. Jason, Zalon just confirmed that as well. 13.99 for Head Start. I suppose you're on iOS since that price grown. Well, I'm on Android. I'm on Android. But I think it's just been confirmed now that it's not me getting ripped off. But hey, guys who are using iPhones, yeah, I mean, I think we all know that you guys pay more. I don't know. I guess Apple charges some sort of tax or something. I don't know, but yeah, I think if you're playing Dawn of Titans, you're probably best off using a Android device. But when having Apple does have its extended benefits that if there's something that goes a little astray from the dev side and you need to have a claim in. I think Apple are much more quick in their sort of customer support in that respect and getting your stuff refunded back to you. At least that's what I've heard. Um, so we'll go with that. Let's continue. And we got 14 people watching, and I'm about a half an hour through this event. So I do appreciate all of you taking your time out and joining me on the stream. And hopefully you're grinding along, and not just merely spectating on the screen, because you might find me just sort of um, for some time just talking and not actually battling. I almost vision my own streams as like a radio show, like I do all the talking and people just listening in. But I soon want to go into that whole Discord because it really sounds fun, and maybe we'll have some really fun discussions when I get that set up. Celtic Samari, €12 for me, Android. There you go. So I think €12 is pretty much same as pounds. But hey, after 29th March happens, only all the politicians know what's going to happen to all of that, isn't it? Never know. But hey, what else we got? Celtic Samari said that. Cully, hey Ron, hey Cully, welcome to stream. The Head Start deal for me is $13.99 on iOS. Also, that 71 gem deal is £99. Okay, that is pounds. I mean, that is a clear rip-off because it's £69, or 69.99. So it's £70 for. I mean, let me show you the. I think we already saw the gem. I don't want to go into that stream that screen again because it seems to hang up on me for some reason. But yes, I think that's a yeah. You probably want to consider. I would say if you have an option to do that, to switch to an Android device, it's going to save you a lot of money, really. I mean, if you're going to go, if someone goes and buys a £99 deal, you might as well just save some of those £20 which you could save by using an Android device, and just go and buy yourself an Android device and make your future events cheaper. It's a weird one. It's a weird one, and I wish they didn't do that. And that what you spend on the game was independent of the device. That does make sense to me at least. But yeah, I think for the Head Start deal, I mean I would say if it's if you do not have all the time at hand, or you're like me and you might want to free up some time on the weekend to do some other stuff, I think the Head Start deal is actually pretty decent, at least to as the name is, to give you a head start in the event and make you you know set you on the right path, really. So I might actually consider buying a second one. I've only bought one. I will see how far, see if I have a much clearer weekend than I'm anticipating, and I'll do that. But only thing with with that particular thing, guys, is that as you all might know, that you will only see that deal for the first 12 hours after you first log in to the game after the event's begun. So if you've only logged in now and that's the first time you're logging in after the event's begun, you will be able to see. You will be able to see the deal for the next 12 hours. So but for me, I think I logged in at about 3 p.m. Well, not 3 p.m. Was it 3 p.m.? Probably was around that time, UK time. And so for me, the deal is going to expire when I'm going to go to sleep. So my decisions on whether or not I want to buy another one will have to be before I go to bed today. Celtics Samari says, born in England, so Brexit won't affect me. Going into country law. All right, yeah, there you go. So that's cool. You're not gonna. Those pounds and euros are not gonna affect you. You can just, yeah, you can skip. You can just You can just come back or something, right? Yeah. Getting bored of Ireland. So okay, right. Okay, sorry, in Ireland. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that whole Brexit thing is such a. I mean, I can have a whole stream just to talk about politics, but that's not something which will be very popular. It's a very, it's treacherous waters to go into politics, especially on a live stream. Okay, I just checked. 119 worthless Danish cash Wise is $18 for the headset. Oh, okay, so different currencies, different values, and you know, it depends, of course, and it all matters what you're earning in, what you're spending in terms of how you find the deals to be expensive or not expensive. But really, again, it would be nice to have a standardization of these deals, and no one should be having to pay more, or at least excessively more than others for the same particular thing. Hey Ron, I'm gonna try and stream a couple minutes after you're done, so check me out once you're done. I will check you out, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, guys, anyone here want to have a have another sort of streamer, give him a go as well? Do check out Dylan the Greek Blank. And so yeah, once my stream is finished, I'll be more than happy to come and have a look. Oh, guess what? I got a corn from the grind. Actually, in fact, it's not too uncommon nowadays getting a 3-star Titan from your sort of regular grinds. I think I got a what's that one called? The one the 3-star Unag Guardian Kazoot. Is it Kazoot? Yeah. So I got a Kazoot early in the day. Um, Nice to get some fusion food, especially given the fact that next week, and I am pretty certain this is going to be the case, that on Monday, the 25th of February, we should see the fusion event drop, and you can all expunge all all your extra titans. And I know some of you actually probably are sitting on these titan haul glitches. I've seen people having like 600 titans, when they can only have like 275 or something. So yeah, I mean that's your opportunity to level up a lot of Titans. So make sure by the end of this weekend that you have a lot of food stocked up. No worries, man. Dylan, you're welcome. It's good to see new faces, and with new streamers out there, you get new perspectives in the game. It's always fun. I mean, one of the ways I got into streaming was when I began to. I think I was following on. I think it was the launch stream. So, oh no, guys, look at that. My battery is low, which is a real pity that because I've not even gotten to 34 minutes into the stream. That really sucks. So I will, I'm going to continue battle, but I think I'm going to get another warning in a bit where it's going to say, hey, you got 5% battery remaining, and I'll probably have to shoot off. Well, not out of choice, but because of my down device. I should really be getting a new device, I think. But if it does cut off, let's all go and check out Dylan's channel. Why not? And you can all access his channel by clicking on the three dots next to his username, and go to channel. You should do that. So that'd be fun. Celtic says 200 Titans ready to fuse. Hopefully more by Monday. That's really cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure after Monday we're going to see a lot of Max Chronoses. Well, they're already out there on most of the defenses, but you're going to see a lot of those Chronoses getting maxed out, and people, in fact, maxing out their second Chronos, because people have been in event teams, and you can pick up your second Chronos, which they probably have, and you're going to see people using Chronos intensively, both on offense and defense, and some of them already are using that. So I think that's what we're going to see happening, and hopefully you might see. Um, you can't plug in drone. You mean you can't? I can't. Oh, you mean put on a battery thing? I've tried that in the past, but the problem is, I don't know if this actually will make sense. The problem with my device is that I'm the place where the power input is, the USB slot to charge it, it's right next to where my headphone jack is, which I use for using my mic. And if I put a power charge in there, actually I won't be able to hold my device, and it's kind of a weird one. Uh, so that's what kind of limits me. I've actually tried doing that in the past, and it's not been successful. So what I really need is a better device, or to find a way to do this.